Hello dear students, in this video we will understand what is an inverse variation. I hope in my previous video you have seen what is a direct variation. So let us understand this. If there are two quantities which are related in such a way that increase in the one causes corresponding decrease in the other and vice versa, meaning decrease in the one causes corresponding increase in the other, then such a variation is called an inverse variation. Let us understand this. We take the two quantities x and y. Now, they are said to be in inverse variation if an increase in x causes corresponding decrease in y, or the second situation is a decrease in x correspondingly causes increase in y. Now let us see how we write it mathematically. We say x is inversely proportional to y. This is the way we write it, and in this situation the product of x and y is always constant. K is constant of variation. Let us understand this by the help of an example. Say we have 6 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if we have to arrange these balls in a number of rows, say if there is one row, then you tell me how many balls will be there in that row. So here we can make a table. So if the number of rows is 1, we say that number of balls in each row will be 6. Now if I say number of rows is 2, then how you are going to arrange it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the number of balls in each row? It is 3. Okay, now take the third case. If the number of rows is 3, so what is the number of balls in each row? It is 2. Now observe the table. What is 1 into 6? 6. What is 2 into 3? 6. What is 3 into 2? 6. So we see that if x here represents the number of rows and y represents the number of balls in each row, we see that x into y is always constant. Here k is constant of proportion and or constant of variation we say. So here k in this case comes out to be 6. Let us take one more example. Say for example I have a rectangular strip and the area of this strip is 1 square unit. Now I have to fold it into 2 equal parts. When I fold it into 2 equal parts, what will be the area of each part? Yes, you are right, it will be half square units. And when I fold it into 3 equal parts, then what will be the area of each part? Yes, it will be 1 by 3. So what do you notice here? We notice here that as we increase the number of equal parts, correspondingly the area of each part decreases, right? So here if we say x is representing the area and y is representing the number of parts, so let us see the product. If number of parts is 1, what is the area? 1 square units. And if number of parts is 2, what is the area of each part? Half square units. And when number of parts is 3, what is the area of each part? 1 by 3 square units. So tell me here, do you notice the same mathematical result? What is 1 into 1? It is 1. What is half into 2? It is also 1. And what is 1 by 3 into 3? It is also 1. So we notice that in case of an inverse variation, x into y is constant. I hope this is clear to you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.